Donald Trump is trying to convince everyone that he is in amazing health. Here's the issue. Occasionally, he's on video, and it doesn't always paint his brain in the best light. So he was doing a town hall in Pennsylvania with Kristi Noem. She's there next to him, holding a mic, which is always better than her holding a gun if any pets are nearby. So he decides at one point to stop answering questions. Now, there is a cover story, sort of, as to why he did this, but not a good cover story as to why the town hall event went in the direction it did. Now, we're gonna play a video for you. Understand that the music has been swapped out for copyright purposes. We don't play the music of artists that don't want us to play their music, unlike Donald Trump. So bear that in mind, but take a look at this.
Well, sir, do you want to play your song and then greet a few people, or do you want to? Well, you had said you wanted to close with a specific song.
Okay, again, to be fair, the music is different for copyright purposes, but I'm gonna return to Kristi Noem. He apparently requested whatever song they actually played. It was Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli. And he just plays the whole thing. And then as minutes go by, he just stands there looking bored and sad about the song he played and swaying around like a drunken, sleepy front half of a centaur. That's what he did for moments. And I know some of the right will say, hey, you play music, you can do that, that's fine. You have TDS. Can't the man listen to a song? What do you mean listen to a song? He did that for 39 minutes. 39. That's 3 and then 9 after it. Not 3 or 9, not 3 to 9. 39 minutes of just music playing as he stood there just pondering his place in the universe, perhaps, I don't know. And we're gonna return to that, and we're gonna give you more of that. I do just wanna briefly mention that since we don't have medical documentation about Donald Trump's brain or body, and you can't trust the things that he or his spokespeople say to us, you know how you can get a little bit of information about what people actually know or believe about his health? Is see how they act, see how they talk to him. That clip of Kristi Noem, when she's like, do you wanna play your song? And he's like, what song? Because he has no idea what's going on. You'd said that you wanted to play a song. Oh my God. That's like medical aid at an old folks home. Like trying to remind, like that. Again, no shame, no shame. It's gonna happen to me because of my diet, probably sooner rather than later. But that's what that was. That's what that energy was. She is not like being interviewed about this. That's an honest interaction between her and Donald Trump. She sees him as a doddering old man. And she knows him. She spends time with him. So we may not have the documents, but we do, again, have the evidence of our eyes. Now look, bear in mind, a couple of people had fainted at the event because now every political rally just is overheated and has people fainting. I don't know why they don't do AC. Maybe Donald Trump can't afford the AC at his rallies or whatever, or he won't pay them back anyway. But so, if people faint, you get them some help. You definitely do that. You take a couple of minutes off. Do you take 39 minutes off? I'm gonna say no, but that said, we're gonna roll a little bit more video and then we'll discuss.
It looks like, sir, she's on her feet and walking out. Let's encourage her.
Thank you.
Let her know we'll be praying for her.
They're both in good shape.
And that's wonderful.
Would anybody else like to faint? Please raise your hand.
Let's do it now.
Please raise your hand. Let's not do any more questions. Let's just listen to music. Let's make it into a music. Who the hell wants to hear questions, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the audience at a town hall event, that's kind of what it is. That's like going to a concert and being like, hey, why don't we do a Q&A? Who wants to hear music anyway? Them. That's what they're there for. And by the way, like even if they're not committed to the format of a town hall, presumably they came to hear you speak. I don't understand why. I think it's a weird way to spend your time, but I think that's why they're there. Donald Trump held a town hall event, a friendly town hall event hosted by noted Republican and dog murderer Kristi Noem, giving him softball questions, and he decided partway in, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. I just want to listen to music that barely interests me. And I'm gonna do this for 39 minutes. So little trivia fact, originally TDR episodes were 44 minutes long. Imagine me starting up a full episode of TDR and I just do this the entire time. And that's what he did. Now look, the people in the audience, do I think that they hated it? No, they're cultists. I think they're perfectly down with whatever he's going to do with his time. But I am not going to evaluate whether something Donald Trump does makes sense or is scary or worrisome based on the reaction of cultists. That's not the evaluation tool I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use my life experience. I'm gonna use my common sense. And it is super weird. I'm just gonna ask you a serious question. Everybody out there, some of you might like Joe Biden, some of you might not like Joe Biden. If Joe Biden had done this, it's 4 months ago, he's doing a town hall event, he's really tired, and he's like, no, just put on music, and I'm just gonna do this. Would Donald Trump be like, I can't criticize him. There's nothing wrong with this, nothing worrisome, nothing scary. No, get the hell out of here. What are you talking about? Like, look, as we're gonna get into later in the show, I don't understand how the election is as close as it is. But when I see stuff like this, I don't know if he's gonna make it to the election. Certainly his sense of self, his sentience, I don't know if that's gonna make it to the election. He is fading fast. But he does have his team of cover artists. Stephen Chung, one of the most brazen liars in American politics, says, total love fest at the PA town hall. First of all, stop calling it a town hall. It wasn't one. And after all, why would it be? Who likes listening to talk? Anyway, everyone was so excited, they were fainting. So real Donald Trump turned to music. That's not why they fainted. I mean, people could die, they could get really hurt. I don't think we should joke about it as Trump did in the video and say that it was excitement. He's not Michael Jackson. It was too hot and they had heat stroke and they passed out. Anyway, nobody wanted to leave and wanted to hear more songs from the famous DJT Spotify playlist. No, I don't. But more importantly, did you notice what he did in that message? Nobody wanted to leave. What do you think that means? When Stephen Chung decides to put into a tweet, nobody decided to leave. What do you think that means? I'm not gonna play the video, but it's out there if you wanna see. People were streaming out. And look, I'm not gonna get down on them for streaming out. 39 minutes passed of Donald Trump drunkenly swaying back and forth as bad music played. Yeah, some people are gonna leave, buddy.